What's up YouTube? Hopefully this is the final video on the bumper build. We've got the Laguna splitter. Really happy that's finally arrived, but the fitment is shite. Definitely gonna have to chop it here, chop it down there, chop a little bit there to get the swing with the GSI bumper. But we'll pull it off, we'll get it looking nice. We've got the U-Pol 2K plastic primer to go on the back. And then get that in of epoxy. We've got these headlight washers to drill, where to line up and then drill, get them in. That'll be a nice little finishing touch. Got a lot of the bolts I needed, and self-tappers. Got them for Mass Fix at Newburn. Really helpful people. Did a really good job of trying to duplicate everything that I needed there. Cheers guys, and then we've got the Dents lacquered on the bonnet, just to give the Dent doctor a bit of idea where everything is, and he can work his magic pulling them out. So hopefully get this into epoxy and build back up. So we're getting the first side sort of mocked up. The way I've done it is I've found my centre point, pre-drilled a hole and put a little self-tapper in there. Then I've pushed this side in, put a little self-tapper in there, and then that has made it naturally curve around the bumper for the other holes that we need to put some self-tappers in. We don't want to be forcing it in places and putting bends on it and trying to distort it in any way. It is just naturally going around the bumper now, so I'm happy with that. Let's crack on with the other side. And that's the split on nearly done. Happy with how that's turned out. Got all the self-tappers in the back. We're going to replace them with some nice locking nuts and bolts and some washers in there. Make it look a tidy job. Going to get these sides trimmed off. And then we're going to start the headlight washers. So that's the bumper finally ready to paint. We've got all the holes drilled for the splitter. We've got the headlight washers, all the holes drilled for them. We've got the headlight washers all sanded back. Got the fog sanded back. We've got the side mounts all bonded on. If I don't know if you can see them there. And we're going to start from the back and get some primer on. So let's crack on. So we've had the dent devil over the day, just pulling some of these dents out. It's done a really good job. Super happy with that. Like I say, it probably needs a little tiny skim over, but nowhere near as bad as it was. But today we're going to focus on high building these sides of the bumper, so we can get that into epoxy tomorrow. And then we're going to start some prep work on the bumper. Right chaps, we are nearly there. Got some high build primer on the sides last night. We're going to get all this flattened back, get rid of any little imperfections, and then hopefully get it into epoxy. Whilst that's setting, I'm going to start the bonnet, flatten that filler, get some dolphin glaze on, hopefully get that into epoxy, and then it's ready to build back up. Happy days. Right chaps, we're now onto the bonnet. I put some filler on a couple of days ago and it must have had some sort of reaction with the etch primer. I really just can't figure out what's went wrong. The etch primer underneath it was like a tacky feeling and the filler didn't really go off that good. So anyway, I've had to strip it back to bare metal, getting a couple of coats of primer on it, and to be honest, I don't think it needed as much filler as I put on originally. I think the lacquer was just creating an illusion that the dent was actually still there, but that Dent Devil has done an absolutely fantastic job of getting them out. So what we're going to do, we're going to put some dolphin glaze on, get a couple of more coats of primer on it, and then hopefully get it into epoxy, and that's the bonnet done. And that's another tick off the list. It's near complete. Obviously it looks good in my eyes, but to a painter's eyes you probably find some mistakes, but it is a really good starting point. Got the bump over there just chilling, ready to go on. And this is what's left to do. Got the crash bar to sand back, the little support bars to sand back, G&E vents to put in the epoxy, and the toe and eye cover to put in the epoxy, and she's ready to build back up. everything is ready to go back on. Super happy with how everything's turned out, especially them fogs. Took some work to get them right, a lot of late nights just getting everything prepped, but it's ready to build back up, so let's crack on. And finally, the front end is built back up. 5 weeks, long ass nights, just coming in straight from graft, trying to get some work done on it. And seeing it like this, I am just super happy with how it's turned out. Was taking a bit of a gamble on the fog lights, just trying to picture how they would actually look. To be honest, there was a lot of work involved because it was swinging around the bumper, and you had to make some supports behind the light themselves to bring the light out. The only reason I've done that is so we could try and keep the toe and eye cover, but I really feel like the GSI bumper's pulled them off well. It's a nice little touch, and they're probably classed as 1 of 1 as well, so happy days about that. We've got another nice little extra, some headlight washers. If you're watching this, John, thanks very much for supplying them. Really feel like they look right at home on the bumper, so that's another nice little touch. And we've got the Laguna front splitter on. To be honest, I'm not really happy where it's sitting, but that splitter has got no flex in it at all, so if I put it at the front, it probably would have been sitting like that. But we're on the hunt for a space one, and then we can bring that to the front, and hopefully that'll look a lot better. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video so far. It's been a good little learning curve. It's battered me heat sometimes as well, but seeing it like this just gives you more motivation to crack on. We're going to widen the arches next. We're going to pull them up about 1 inch, and the car should really be starting to pop then. So hopefully I'll see you next time.
Let me free your mind, your mind, your mind. Let me free your mind.